Thank you, Brandon. As kids head back to school this fall, for many that means getting back on the bus, some for the first time in a long time. And what's the real risk of COVID spreading on a school bus? And what's the best way to stop it? Dr. Frank McGeorge is here with the answers.
Between children doing virtual school and so many parents working from home being able to drive their kids, many buses were running with light loads this past year. But that won't be the case this fall. As school districts are making decisions about transporting children by bus, a new study can help provide a roadmap to doing it safely.
One of the critical problems that we're facing as schools across the country go to open is transportation. So if you don't have full school buses, you need more school buses and more bus drivers, both of which aren't available. I mean, we have a shortage of both.
That's why researchers at Eastern Virginia Medical School and Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters wanted to find out how easily COVID-19 could spread on school buses running at near capacity. Dr. Dana Ramirez is the lead author.
There was a school in Virginia, an independent school named Norfolk Academy, that was transporting children on near full school buses for 5 days a week of in-person learning. And so we approached them to see if we could study how they had set this up.
From September 2020 to March 2021, there were 15 buses transporting 462 students, with 2 students in each seat at least 2.5 feet apart. Students were assigned seats and siblings sat together. All students and the drivers wore masks at all times.
They were requiring that the middle 2 windows be cracked an inch as well as the back windows cracked an inch. They had bus routes that ran from 36 minutes to longer than that. So long enough that we would consider somebody exposed if they were close to a person on the bus.
The school was conducting saliva PCR testing on all of the students. At first, every 2 weeks, then every week. So they were able to detect infected kids with symptoms and without. During the study period, 37 bus riding students, 1 driver, and 1 aide tested positive for COVID-19. 52 additional students were quarantined as close contacts. Contact tracing revealed no spread linked to riding the bus.
Out of those 52 who had been quarantined, not a single one of them had a positive COVID-19 test.
The study was published in the Journal of School Health and provides several guidelines to limit COVID spread on school buses. The most important, mandatory mask wearing, ventilation, assigned seats, and having siblings sit together. Ramirez says having ventilation is important, even in states with bad weather.
There needs to be some ventilation. So an inch of cracked window in maybe 4 windows on the entire bus, yes, it's going to be colder than you want it to be, but if everybody knows that's what's going to happen and dresses accordingly, I think it's still very doable, whether it's raining or snowing or, other weather issues.
Ramirez says their study demonstrates using multiple layers of protection can help buses operate safely.
I'm hopeful that this translates into school districts being able to apply some of these mitigation strategies and actually run full school buses in order to get the children to school that need transportation.
This study was done before the more contagious Delta variant was spreading, but researchers say there's no reason to think the same layered safety precautions wouldn't still be effective right now. Back to you.
Thank you, Doctor. Still to come, the Detroit Police Department